corruption and psychiatric abuse involving Bentley Hospital. In the videos earlier on, I've gone through some of the reasons why Bentley Hospital and West Australian Police are corrupt in dealing with what's an extortion racket, which involves my property at Burke Street, and Jamie Johnson, who's best friends with George Loverock, senior police officer, trying to steal the house off me and extort me at the moment. Now, my psychiatrist claimed that I'm capable of terrorism and that I'm the most dangerous person on the street. I've been labelled by the police, even though I have no history of weapons charges, or assaults, or anything like that. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And they even at one stage, Dr. Badrikis claimed that I was capable of terrorism. I've had Dr. Baker claim that I made threats to shoot John Howard, which involved him sending 20 police officers to raid my house, which involved the police pointing semi-automatic weapons at my son and my next door neighbour's young adolescent kids, because I wasn't home at the time. Now, to prove that the corruption is the psychiatry section in my story is totally corrupt. Basically, what I've done is I've searched on the internet, and basically I've found my story in two different sections. One's when I found an article written called Dissent by Medical Record, which is written by Brian Martin, which basically is about corrupt police, corrupting psychiatrists and whistleblowing. And basically, when I read the article Dissent by Medical Record, which is written by Brian Martin, who's also the Vice President of Whistleblowers Australia, it was a very emotional. It was like coming home after being away for a long time. It was very touching, and basically my story to the T was there. And then there's articles written on if your psychiatrist is corrupt, basically how he would act. They profiled the corrupt psychiatrist, and basically all the things they suggest they did. For example, if you show them evidence, they'll disregard it, etc., etc. All the evidence, like I could underline all the writings there, and basically, these things all the examples given. I've got examples, and I've even got new examples that aren't written there that are used. So basically, and the other articles that I find as political, psychiatric abuse. That's where I find my story again. What's happened to me fits all under that criteria, and isn't it funny to find your story and it comes under political, psychiatric abuse? Now the bottom line is that my story involves politicians that I'm suggesting are corrupt, with doctors, psychiatrists, medical staff, police, etc., etc., and lawyers, all involved with trying to retain this $1 million property that I've got at Burke Street. Now, when your story, you find it under psychiatric abuse on the internet, it tells you 100% that you're dealing with psychiatric abuse. I do not suffer from a mental illness. I'm being extorted by corrupt police officers in Western Australia for $1 million property at 107 Burke Street, Victoria Park. Now the best friend of the police officer George Loverock, who at the time headed up the Gallipoli Task Force into bikies, when in 1999 when I first met his friend Jamie Johnson, basically, I've got links to bike clubs. I've got friends in all sorts of bike clubs, and even family members, etc., etc., and even international bike club members. Now the bottom line is that I'm not a criminal. I'm not involved in crime, and all this has been used against me. When I was dropped off at Bentley Hospital, they said I was dealing to all bike clubs. Now I've got police informants saying I'm dealing drugs, etc., etc. And all while I continue to put these videos out so I can get my story out there, the channel where I submit the videos is being blocked now with jargon that I'm dealing, my son's dealing drugs, etc. It's absolutely ridiculous. Thanks.